Hey, how's it going, you guys? My name is Paul, and I really am a professional hair cutter, even though most of my YouTube videos are about video games, going to the casino, old school breakdancing, and other stuff. But I am a professional, and I saw these things on Facebook and eBay, and when I saw some eBay prices for like, oh, 8.50 as in $8.50 and free shipping, I thought I'll take a chance for two reasons. I got my own personal grooming going on. Sorry, I'm just at casual at home, but I also cut hair, and I use often a Wahl peanut or the Wahl sterling, I believe it's called, and I don't do a lot of zero gap fades, but I have reasons to have clippers that are zero gap at times, but very often not zero gap because of the danger involved, and that includes on myself. And here's something interesting. When I got the first one in the mail, it came in that box. It had this plastic insert. The second one didn't have the plastic insert, and the first one had the guards and the brush. The second time I bought one, different seller, but identical looking thing. The second one didn't have this plastic tray, but had this little trim charger. And I got one of those, plenty of those sitting around the house to use with that. So it's interesting. They're not the same. And here's what's the big difference. The original one I bought, which so far they both work great power-wise. I've read online about, I guess I can expect the batteries to die out. The first one I bought is totally zero-gapped. It's hard to show you here, but it's a little bit dangerously zero-gapped. And what I like to have when I'm cutting hair is a spare cordless clipper around that is safe when I go after a guy's ears and neck and not have to worry about stabbing him, or on kids. You'd be surprised. I've had clippers that should be safe, but I put them on top of the ear, and then and on myself. This one, anyway, what I'm trying to say is this one came in the mail zero gapped, almost dangerously so. This one arrived with some space, and I'm not mad about the space because I was so impressed with this, even though it's a little bit sketchy with the zero gap and the ability to cut myself. I wanted to have one at work, but I didn't want to run the risk of cutting customers. I wanted a safe one. Sometimes you gotta go after a guy's nose hair, and you just don't feel like grabbing your corded one. So I always like having a cordless one around. So I think I got lucky in my gapping. So I can tell you that these seem to come in variable gapping. I do not know how to adjust to zero gap, and if I could, I'd probably take this one that's zero gapped and, to be honest, back it off a bit, because I can use this against my skin. Sorry, I got my Star Wars boxers on, and it doesn't cut me. But when I go ahead and I was doing some of this around where my softer neck is, this area where my beard blends into kind of the softer skin of my neck, and I wouldn't say cut, but I kind of jabbed myself enough to get those red lines, cut for like 2 days. And I thought, I can't bring this to cut customers' hair, or at least cut their ear hair and neck hair, because you start cutting people, you're not being a very good professional. But this one, the second one arrived, and to be honest, the blade looked a little loose. I went, uh-oh, and I pushed it back into shape. And this one works just as well with the power, but I feel a lot more safe about it. And it's definitely not going to cut someone because of it's hard to see, but because of the gap. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I haven't used either of them in a long time, so I'm curious about what I'm reading online about them dying on people. But I was going through batteries like crazy with this other cordless Wahl one, and I just really need one available, because I'll finish a haircut and all of a sudden I see that, or sometimes a guy wants you to go lower on his neck, like pull his shirt and go down his back. You can nip them with clippers that are close to being perfectly zero. There's a fine line between a nice tight line from a zero gap and cutting someone. So this came in the mail. It's got a little gap, and I think I will bring it to work. And it made you just what I need to cut kids' hair, ears, necks, noses, and not run the risk of cutting them. And this one I will keep in my bathroom, and because sometimes I like to dry shave, and I think it's safe on a lot of my skin. But you should know, as a person yourself, with facial hair or a professional hair cutter, there's skin that's more sensitive in areas than not. I could take this zero gap and go like this on my face. I think I'll be safe. But this skin right here, the lower neck that connects to your, I guess, clavicle. Oh man, that's sensitive skin. Or if you've ever shaved under your arms, sometimes I'll just go. Bzz. I don't shave my armpits, but I'll like trim the loose hairs around there. You know, because I'm a dude and I like to manscape and be clean. And speaking of manscaping, there's no way I'm taking this zero gap one anywhere near my junk. No, because if you know anything about manscaping, there's that skin on your junk has a way of jumping into the clipper. And then you gotta like go on a date and try to tell her you have a clipper cut and you don't have herpes. You know what I mean? So I'm not using either of these on my junk. No, you gotta have something safe for that. And maybe I should make another video about that. Anyway, so I got two of them, and I'm gonna one came zero gap and one came gapped. That's what I'm trying to say. So, and for the money I paid, it may be worth it. Look for a follow video if these things die on me. And anyway, that's it for the Vintage Tea Trimmer. Thanks for watching.